Matt, good to have you on. Thank you. That's Matt who called us from Brighton. This is Marcus who's in Fulham. Hello, Marcus. Good evening.
Hello, Duncan. How are you? I've got a lot of information on you and a lot of the 80s bands in Melbourne for you.
All right, I'm all ears. For those who just put the radio on, as a little sidebar distraction here, we're celebrating the 1980s because some people don't want to talk about coronavirus. So I want people to tell me what they watched, what they wore, where they went, what they ate, what they listened to. Marcus, what were you up to in the 80s?
Okay, I'll go through a really quick list really quickly so then we can talk about other stuff. Howard Jones concert, November the 5th, 1985, National Melbourne Tennis Centre. Right. I went with my friends. I was invited to the after-show party with Paul Weller and the Style Council and the lady's mum who was driving us back to Geelong after the concert. She said, we can't stay because we've got to go home. That's story number one. That was Howard Jones. Sylvia Lewis.
Well, hang on a sec, mate. This is too good for you to go that fast. How did you get an invite to the after-show party?
Because my friend April Boxhall, who was the Boy George groupie culture club, a Nick Kershaw groupie, she was always in with the NME magazine, and she had a photograph taken with Nick Kershaw, went all around the world, and she just knew who to contact under what conditions, and she got us there, but we couldn't go.
Okay, good stuff.
So that was that.
Next story.
Right, Sylvia Lewis in my same 1986 year, she was going to see Sting and the Police in Melbourne. Her mum, where she was living in Werribee, she forbade her to go because she was a bad, naughty girl. So she crept out of her back window, caught the train to Melbourne, didn't get to go to the concert. She was walking down one of the streets in Melbourne, I think it was Flinders Street. She saw Sting in a cafe. She knocked on the window to say, can I come in for coffee? He said yes. So they sat down and had coffee, but she didn't go to the concert.
So your mate had coffee with Sting?
Yes, Sylvia Lewis. Yes, she had coffee with Sting, but she didn't go to the concert because her mum told her she wasn't allowed to.
That's an even better story than the first one. Go on.
Okay, the next one, Leanne Ansett, who I can't get in contact with, but anyway, hey-ho. She was a Thompson Twins groupie, and she went to Melbourne to see the band. She stood outside the front, had all the photographs taken with in the concert and all that, blah, blah, blah. She had a photograph taken with Tom Bailey. Somebody else took the camera shot, and of all the shots on that camera reel of film, that was the only photo that did not come out.
Blimey.
With her and Tom Bailey.
Weird.
So there we are. So that's the 80s music out of the way. What was I wearing?
Yeah.
I was a keyboard player in my high school, North Geelong High School. I had hair that looked like James Lee, the keyboard player in an Australian band called Pseudo Echo. Of course, I don't think you know who Pseudo Echo is.
Oh, I do know Pseudo Echo. They did a version of Funky Town.
Oh my God, I can't believe you know that. Also, they did a really good song called Listening. They did Love and Adventure and all sorts of other things. Anyway, okay, so I used to backwards comb my hair in the 1986s.
Yeah.
And I used to get the towel after going into the shower, and I would backwards comb my hair after getting the bath towel and really scrunching my hair up. And then one day I went to school, and everybody said I looked like Tina Turner.
Nice. Good work. Good work.
Right, is that enough for you for the 80s?
Well, what have we done? We've done your hair, we've done the music you were kind of into. Did you go anywhere? Where did you go? Where were the kind of venues that you were checking out in the 80s? If you were of an age where you could go clubbing or whatever?
No, I was only 18, 19. And actually, I hadn't come out until I came to England when I was 22. So the answer to where did I go in Australia? Nowhere.
Nowhere. All right, well, we've done good work on the 80s. Anything else we need to talk about?
Right, well, actually, no, that's the good stuff. The other stuff is boring. So actually, I think I've done all the interesting stuff. So that's it, really.
Hey, great call, mate. Let's talk again soon. That's Marcus in Fulham on BBC Radio London. 0800 731 2000. You want to pick up on the 80s stuff? Or if you want to flip the coin and talk about the coronavirus.